Hello everyone, I'm the Peculiar Pisces and welcome to my channel. Today is Monday, March 11th, 2024, and this is Flosstube video number 9. I am back this week to show you my progress and to show you a past finish, and I finally have information on the state fair. They finally posted that information on the internet. I found it last night. So I don't have I haven't gone over it, but looking over the counted cross stitch sections, there's original design picture, original design other, stamped counted cross stitch, any item except a picture. I'm assuming that by picture it means a photo, like a photo that's been converted into cross stitch. That's what I'm assuming a picture means. Cross stitch samplers, which I knew about. It says may include alphabet lettering. So that means that I don't necessarily have to have a sampler with lettering, I guess, but I always thought a sampler meant that it had to have lettering. I actually found a free one off of Hirschner's website yesterday. No, not yesterday. A couple of days ago. I was scrolling through and putting things on my wish list because that's what I do when I'm bored. I put cross stitch items in my wish list from various different websites. But I noticed that they had a bunch of free patterns online, so I went ahead and purchased the free patterns. But there was a garden sampler that I thought looked cute enough that I wanted to possibly do it. However, I'm still not quite there yet where I'm ready to pick what I want to do next. But anyway, there's letters or writings such as poems or statements, etc. Then there's counted cross stitch picture, 12 inches and under, and that excludes the mat in the frame. And it says stitched on 7 to 14 count. I guess if I get it finished in time, my project number 4, I could go ahead and enter that. Then there's cross stitch picture, 12 inches and under, stitched on greater than 14 count fabric. Cross stitch picture, 12 inches to 20 inches on 7 to 14. Cross stitch picture, 12 to 20 on 14 and up. Counted cross stitch picture over 20 inches, 7 to 14 count fabric. Counted cross stitch picture over 20 inches, stitched on greater than 14 count fabric. Then there's embellished cross stitch pictures that have like beads, buttons, feathers, 12 inches and under. Embellished cross stitch pictures, beads, buttons, and feathers larger than 12 inches. Counted cross stitch dimensional items such as pillow, toy, door stopper, etc. Counted cross stitch on color printed fabric. And then I noticed that under the hand embroidery section, there is also it says drawn thread technique. No, which one? Where did it go? Counted thread technique, Blackwork. So it sounds like I will be able to enter my Blackwork. It sounds like I will be able to enter my Teresa Wentzler, and it sounds like if I get it done, I'll be able to do the Fae Risque, and if I get it done in time, I might be able to do also the 4th project. That one I wasn't really intending to enter into any of the fairs, but given that there's so many categories, I think I might be able to do it. So now I definitely have a goal, and the state fair is, the signups are the week that the county fair is. So in August is when the state fair is. And then I think that one runs for 2 weeks. But I should have my pieces back from the county fair to be able to enter them into the state fair, provided I don't receive some sort of like very, very negative feedback. Like, if one of the judges comes back and is like, oh, your tension was really off and your color choices, I don't know. I've never entered into a fair, so I don't know if they give any sort of feedback. I know some do and some don't. So, um, but now I have clear direction for the state fair, and I did have previous direction for the county fair. So that was my little bit of news for that. Let me go ahead and show you a past finish. And this one I also did some research on to make sure that I would have the information. So you can find this on eBay. It is a Dimensions creative accent, and it's a lighthouse. It is number 7882, and you can actually find it on eBay right now. This one is framed. There is a pale yellow color, and then this top mat is one of the suede mats. But this one I completed in 2011. I started that, like, this was a whip when I had picked it back up to finish it. I can't remember when I actually started it, but I did take this with me when I was visiting my husband the second time in Korea. And I didn't finish it when I was visiting him there, but I did work on it. Like I finished the previous one, the Sunflower Southwest, I think it was called. I showed you guys last week. I worked on that one while I was there, and then I worked on this one, and then I finished this one in 2011. After when his Korean tour was over in sort of December-ish, he was back to the States for Christmas time, and then right after Christmas, we hopped on a plane and we were in Japan for 3 years. So I finished this. I think I was also working on this on the flight to Japan, but I did finish it in 2011. I think I only have like 3 or 4 more past items to show you that are still in my possession. I'll have to figure out what to show you after I run out of things. So we will move on to the first project. Project number 1 is the one that I'm calling my favorite designer project, and this time I've chosen Teresa Wentzler. I am doing the castle, which is the one right on the cover of this book. It is the Fantasy Collection Volume 1. There is a Volume 2. Volume 2 is really hard to find. When you do find it on eBay, it's a lot of money. I just saw a woman said that she purchased this in the Teresa Wentzler Facebook group. She said that she purchased this book, and she didn't tell us how much she purchased for it, but she said that she figured out that each pattern costed between $10 or $11. So at 10, it's like $100 each, or I mean, it was like $100 for her. Oh, looks like the sun it's very overcast today, and so like the lighting is very weird in my house. Of course, it's been weird. Now that the time has changed, it's even weirder. So anyway, this is Teresa Wentzler's The Castle, and it is the one that is on this cover. Have I ever showed you the back? It shows everything that's available. So, Teresa Wentzler's The Castle. This is the one that I am working on. This week I put another 3 hours and 30 minutes and 40 seconds into it, bringing the total up to 61 hours, 15 minutes, 4 seconds, and 4 seconds. So here is the castle. I got some work in it. I was bringing down this belly area. There's a castle torrent over here. So like, that's why there's a gap here. But I was bringing it down. I brought down into the wing and down into the castle area. There was like one color that was down here that I had to stitch and bring it through. But here's my progress on the castle. I love how it's turning out. So this is 16 count Aida that is hand dyed. I dyed it myself with RIT dyes. If you want to know, I used their colors for fiery red. I believe it was called smoke gray and illuminating yellow. The recipe for that is on RIT Dye's website. That's when I'm picking my colors, I go on their website and I have an idea in my mind of what color that I want, and so then I need to match that shade that I'm thinking of in my head to what color palette they have. Okay, and I'm so close to being done with this section. When I'm done with this half, I will start planning my next favorite designer, whether it's going to be Nora Corbett Mirabilia or if it's going to be Bella Filipina. I'm not sure yet, but it's going to be one of those. That was 16 count Aida, 2/1, full cross, and I have no idea what my stitch count is because I'm not counting on paper. And 3 hours, 30 minutes, 40 seconds this week, bringing my total up to 61 hours, 15 minutes, and 4 seconds. Project number 2 is a blackwork or a sampler. Once this blackwork piece is done, I will switch over to whatever sampler I choose for the fair. And if I don't get it done in time, it will be for next year's fair. So I'm just kind of going to keep recycling and recycling and recycling. Recycling, is that the right word? Redoing? Here's my BFF. Let me pause this for a minute. Okay, so my BFF walked through the front door, which is great because I can finally show you how she's doing on Fae Risque when I start talking about it. So right before she walked in, I said we were talking about project number 2. That's the Blackwork piece. It is by Practical Blackwork, and it is called Pentecost. This is what it looks like. So I am almost done with page 3. So it's 4, 3, 1, 2. That's how I'm stitching this. So to give you a big look again, this was the side that I started on, finished that up, and then I was able to just rotate it around so that you can see the whole design. So for this one, I just need to finish up this section right here, and then I can bring it up and over and just do all my lines and then start filling in from there. And then for this one, I did 5 hours, 31 minutes, and 41 seconds. And that brought my total up for this project to 50 hours, 24 minutes, and 40 seconds. The dog said she needed to go out. So now we are up to project number 3, which is my wish list project, and that is Heaven and Earth Designs, and this is Fae Risque by the artist Amy Brown. It is originally done in these reds. I am attempting a blue conversion. This is what I printed from the mock-up in Pattern Keeper. Okay, so this one's mine. Let me move my water bottle out of the way so I can sort of get this closer. Okay, right, there's a nice close-up. So here's mine. I started with page 10. This is page 9. I'm so close to being done. This wing is just going to come down and get a little bit skinnier and just sort of curly Q in. This is 22 count. You know, I thought it was an aida, but the more that I look at it, I think that this is a hardinger, or it's more of an even weave. There's just 2 threads, it seems, to make up the square. So I don't think that it's an aida because it's just not as thick. Okay, so that one was mine. My BFF's, she's doing it in the called for colors. And here you can see hers. You can finally see hers. I've talked about it a couple times. She's not quite as far as I am, but like I said, she's moving, you know, she's packing her house, she's doing a lot. The realtor will call her and be like, hey, there's going to be a showing in 2 hours. You got to get. So, you know, she doesn't have the time to work on it like I do. But it's really nice to see with the called for colors how it does more of a transition, and that it's more like monarch butterfly wings, whereas mine is kind of like a blue chaos. It still works and you can still see some definition, but it's not as, like, you can see the stripes in here and you can see the color changes, and mine is not quite. It's not quite. It's more, I think mine looks like more chaos than hers. But still, I like my chaos. So for this one, I only did 3 hours, 47 minutes, and 58 seconds this week. So bringing my total for this one up to 81 hours, 44 minutes, and 4 seconds. So yeah, my friend's jaw, she's went, what? 81 hours? Yeah, her jaw just dropped. So, okay, and then project number 4. I almost always forget to take it out of its case. The needle just came off the needle minder. Project number 4 is the Plaid Bucilla kit by Donna Dewberry is the artist, and it is called Hummingbird and Floral. And this one says it's going to be about 11 by 14, which is pretty standard size. So this one I did get to work on. Last week I didn't work on my Teresa or this one, so this one I did get to work on too. And I'm just sort of filling in this flower here and bringing it down. The kit is surprisingly amazing. I'm in love with this kit, and I kind of am sad that I hadn't, you know, worked on it before now, but I've had it for 15, 20 years, something like that. I figured it was time to do it. I really like, there's so many blends in through here. Like, there's white, there's pale pink and white. There's pink and white. There's pink and darker pink. There's dark pink and even darker pink. And I think there's even like an almost burgundy color that's going to be in through this part of the flower. So this one I got in 2 hours, 42 minutes, and 2 seconds, bringing the total for this project up to 18 hours, 15 minutes, and 16 seconds. So overall, they're coming along very, very well. I don't know if this one will be done in time for the state fair. I really don't think so, given that I only work on it about 30 minutes each day. Merlin, who photobombed my last video, is running around the house like a crazy cat. She's got the zoomies right now. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to have this one done in time. And I don't know if that I'm going to have Fae Risque done in time for either of the fairs either, just because that one is so big and it's a full coverage piece, but it's not a full coverage piece. There is a version on Heaven and Earth's website that you can stitch in the background. I got the no background option and cheated and kind of dyed my fabric to look kind of like their background. And but it's still huge. It's a huge piece. So I really not sure that one's going to get done, but I'm pretty confident that the Teresa Wentzler and the Blackwork are going to get done in time for the 2 fairs. But that just means that I cannot read. I have to stitch. So with that note, I will see you all next week. Ooh, maybe not. Next week is spring break. So I will try to put out a video next week, but I'm not sure if my kids will cooperate and leave me alone long enough for me to make a 20 to 30 minute video. So if there is no video next week, I apologize for that, and I will see you the following week. So, bye.